Okay, let's go.
What is up, Broncos country? I am your host, Fanatic Dak. Joining me today is my boy, Kinley, as always. But I'm excited because we have a phenomenal matchup that I'm excited to dive into. The Broncos are riding high into Philly after a big game, a big win, rather. So, how are you feeling today, bro? That's
Flying high. Flying high. I'm feeling good. It's going to be a tough matchup this week, but I believe this team can do it. Philly hasn't looked like themselves, but they're still finding ways to win. That's crazy because we find ways to lose. So hopefully, with the momentum we have coming off of that Monday night win, that we can go into Philly and get this W.
Yeah, bro. I mean, we haven't gone into Philly and gotten a W since I think Zach By posted on the timeline 1986. Don't quote me on the exact date, but I think that's
right.
The case. But it is time.
It is time.
Let's get ready to rumble. Let's talk about the Broncos. Let's do this thing, bro. I'm so hot. I'm so excited about this matchup, really. Vic Fangio versus Sean Payton, the chess match will begin. What are some of your keys to us winning in this game?
Just execute.
What are the day execute?
Offense has to come out, run the ball, play action pass. Bo hit on his throws. If he plays like he did Monday night, I think we can get this W. But just running the ball is going to be key. Sean cannot lose himself in this game. If the run is working, do not run away from it. Continue to run the ball. But another key matchup, I know we said Sean and Vic Fangio, battle of the minds right there, defense, offensive mind. Luke Wattenberg versus Jalen Carter. Wattenberg had a horrible game on Monday night. Penalty after penalty after penalty. And you're going up against one of the best D tackles in the game, in Jalen Carter. How are you going to hold up? Will you allow Jalen Carter to wreck the game, or can you step it up and be more disciplined?
I'm glad that you brought up that point, that potentially being maybe a weak point of ours as it comes down to the offensive line. Luke Wattenberg has been the weak link. Yep. But I would think that the Broncos would look to run some outside zone schemes to kind of get away from Jalen Carter. And time of possession is going to really matter in this game, if I'm being honest. And running the football, you need to stick with it. And Philadelphia right now, they're allowing 126 yards per game. On the other side of that, the Broncos defense is only giving up 99.25 rushing yards per game. Just wanted to put that stat out there. So, Denver's middle of the pack. Philly's like towards the bottom, I think. So this Philadelphia team really isn't the juggernaut that they were last season, but they continue to find ways to win in close games, which is why they are undefeated. They are 4-0. Can we finally put a blemish on their record and make them 4-1? And can we get to 3-2 and make a statement? Winning this game on the road would be phenomenal, I think. But you touch on the running game, but I'm going to bring up the pass rush, bro. And the Denver Broncos need to pressure Jalen Hurts if they want to win this game, forcing turnovers. Bonito leading the league with 4.5 sacks. He's on pace for 17 sacks of the season, man. That DPOY candidacy is he's leading it right now. I think there was a tweet put out there that he leads the league right now for DPOY.
Yep. And for DPOY people, it's Defensive Player of the Year for ones who don't know.
Yeah. It's just a short term, we just abbreviated. But they need to consistently put pressure on Jalen Hurts if we want to win this game as well on the defensive side of the ball is one of the keys that I would think that would give us an edge. I mean, we lead the league with 15 sacks. Yep. Last season, we had 63 sacks, but we're on pace to beat that. I think we're number one in pressure rate too as well in the league. So
Well,
Jonathan Cooper.
I'm glad you brought that up. And also, not only do we need to pressure Jalen Hurts, but he's kind of struggling to get the ball to Devontae Smith and AJ Brown right now. Their passing game is not all that. And with our secondary, if we can get pressure on Jalen Hurts, if we can, consistently like sack him or cause him to hurry, get off his reads, it's gonna and keep him in the pocket. I think that's another thing. Hurts can kill you with his legs. If we can contain him and keep him in the pocket, it could be a long day for Philly. They might have to go one-dimensional and try to run the ball against us. Now, that matchup, you want to take that one away? That matchup is something to watch.
Yeah.
Barkley versus that D-line and our linebackers.
I'll let you definitely need to contain. The Broncos front needs to contain Saquon Barkley. Like, I feel like if we can contain Saquon Barkley and really stop the run, bro, I feel like this defense is going to really, I mean, they're gonna force the Eagles to be one-dimensional, bro.
Yeah.
And something that the Eagles have kind of struggled in the passing game, in my opinion, from what we've seen,
We've seen, yeah.
Jalen Hurts is he's a special talent. He's talented. I'm not saying that he's not, but he's not no Joe Burrow, right, in the pocket, just sitting back. And when it comes to sitting back and throwing the football, if I'm being honest. But I think time of possession, sustaining long drives, executing is the way our offense also will need to to win this, give us an opportunity to win the game, if I'm being honest.
I want to see this team be more disciplined too. Like these penalties, don't shoot yourself in the foot. Let's be a little bit more disciplined. I would love to see that.
And we've seen that in the past. I mean, last game, despite winning 28-3, we had 7 penalties, for almost 75 yards or so. So I look forward to that getting cleaned up. But to jump into one of our segments, our fun segments rather, let's dive into one of those. Give me 1 second.
Gridiron X-Man, baby.
Yeah, Gridiron X-Man is this segment, ladies and gentlemen, where we each pick one Gridiron X-Man that will be a factor in this game, that'll make an impact. Kinley, I'll start with yours, bro, right off the bat.
So last week I picked Bo Nix to be my Gridiron X-Man, and he definitely showed up. So let's hope I go 2 for 2. And I'm going to say J.K. Dobbins. I think he's going to be very important in this game. He showed us great running ability last game, great vision, finally got over 100 yards. I think Dobbins is going to be a key factor to the win in this game for us on Sunday.
Man, and if I'm being honest, I would think for me, dude, like my Gridiron X-Man, I mean, I touched on the edge rushers, and it looks like Lane Johnson may or may not be in this game. Last I saw, he was limited, potentially might be out, which would be a big news for us, a big advantage for our pass rushers. So give me Nick Bonito. I know it's simple, but give me 2 sacks to be an X factor in this game on Jalen Hurts. And I think we'd be sitting pretty if that's the case,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, man, Nick Bonito's my X factor for this game. But real quick, ladies and gentlemen, also I do want to touch on our over and under spread segment too. So let's dive into that as well. So the over and under spread under for this game is 43.5 points. Do you feel like that the Broncos will be able to get the over, or will this game, the total for this game, total points be just under that?
I'm gonna say this is gonna be. I'm gonna go with the under this game. I think it's gonna be a close one. It might be a defensive game also. So I'm gonna go with the under.
The under, oof, man, and I kind of catch myself going back and forth with this one, like as to whether will be under over, dude. Like it's 43.5, bro. And it's like it's that fine line, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what, bro? I feel like on the road, I feel like it's gonna be a dogfight, but give me the over on this one.
Ooh.
Denver will be victorious in this one. This might be a hot take, but I have confidence in our offense, what I've seen this last game, but I also have full confidence in our defense. Denver wins this game 27-24 on the road.
Oh. Oh, so we go through our predictions. Since I went with the under, Denver wins 23-20.
Okay, so and the spread, part of this segment is, of course, the spread. We'll Denver cover the spread. That's why it's called gridiron cover. But the Eagles right now are favored with the spread 5.5. So we have both the Broncos covering the spread, bro. So that's pretty solid. I like that. I like that part of it.
Yeah.
Just for notes, you guys, Philly right now against the spread is 3-1. That's what their record is listed as, and Denver is 1-2-1 against the spread. Just to give you a little tidbit in terms of what the record is for spreads. So yeah, man, I'm excited about this matchup. I'm nervous, but I feel really confident. I think if you were asking me if I was pretty confident a couple weeks ago, I would kind of be lukewarm about it. But now I feel really confident. I think ultimately getting our playmakers involved, seeing that RJ Harvey was more a part of the game plan, which I think he needs to be if we want to win this game on the road as well. I feel pretty good about that, bro. So and even like maybe Evan Ingram has a game, you know what I mean? Like I know he was just trying to get back. What's wrong, dude? I would like to see him get more involved. Maybe he was just coming back from that injury. Adam Troutman had himself a game, but if both of them can be on the same page, in this offense as well, But one thing that we didn't really touch on too, in terms of the Eagles, bro. Like I know we talked about Saquon Barkley, but Dallas Goedert, bro, is a guy that you need to keep an eye on at the tight end.
I was gonna get to him, but you just jumped the gun once again. Yeah, it's fine. It's cool. Say what you got to say.
I didn't want to forget, dude.
This is the time you did some like this. Do it. Go ahead. The floor is yours. The floor is yours. Go ahead. I'm gonna just sit over here.
Well, Dallas Goedert is a phenomenal talent. I mean, he can run block. He can pass catch. He potentially could hurt us in the middle of the field, where we've struggled to cover in terms of our linebackers, right? With Alex Singleton not being the best cover linebacker, and Justin Stranad. I know this is I know it's called the Buckham Podcast, but it's the Dak Pod today, I guess.
I feel like that's what it's called. Go ahead.
This kid ain't going to get any points in.
Please continue.
In this show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
but I said a little bit, but I want you. The viewers would love your feedback, your input. Go ahead.
I have the floor. Are you sure I have the floor?
The spotlight.
You should have been doing that. You should have been dancing and let me talk before you just decided to just throw your 2 cents in there. Okay, people. Anyway, I'm just going to piggyback off of what this man right here said because it was the same stuff that I was going to say, but he is right. You definitely have to. I'm worried about, Goddard and Saquon versus our linebackers. Justin Stranard and Alex Singleton have not shown us much. And for us to win this game, we're going to have to key in on them. We're going to have to slow them down. And just a little bit, please. Like the Eagles are going to attack the linebackers. Like they know that's the weakest part of the defense. But I feel like, Alex Singleton had a rough first drive versus Cincy, but he kind of started getting into the game a little bit more. You saw him kind of flying everywhere. Yes, he missed a lot of tackles, and yes, he made a lot of tackles. I think I saw on Twitter, they said Alex Singleton had 11 tackles, and people think like, oh, he did great. Let me tell you something. Tackles is not – that's just because you have more than 10 tackles does not mean you play great at a linebacker position, okay? but I feel like we can be better, a whole lot better there. We have to slow down Saquon. If Saquon gets to the second level, it starts with the D line. If Saquon gets to the second level, it's pretty much curtains. I'm telling you this now, pretty much curtains. And you can look at your watch all you want. I had to come up with different stuff because you said what I was gonna say. Okay, so
Good job. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't you give me no
He's a good man. That was good. Great takes, by the way, Kinley. Great takes. One thing too, bro, is that we're going into this matchup kind of at a disadvantage. Not kind of, it is at a disadvantage because we're on short rest on the road, mind you. You know, if it was in Denver, I'd be like, okay, we'll be okay, even despite the short rest. But we're on the road and we're having to also travel, right, to all the way across to the East Coast. So, being that we're at a disadvantage, what do you think about that, bro? Like,
I mean, yeah, it's a short week. You know, you got to go to Philly, but hey, you knew it. You knew it when they came out with the schedule. Like you knew what you were going to be facing. Like the time is now. You know, you win this game, we could possibly go on a run here. You know, I know I'm a one game at a time person, but not only do you want to go on a run, like this will show you, are we playoff worthy this year? You know, we lost to the Colts, we lost to the Chargers. Those are playoff teams. Here's another playoff team. Can we finally beat one? We have not beaten one. I think we're what we're 1-10 versus
teams over 500.
Teams right? Over 500. Like from last year to this year, we're 1-10. Can we finally? Well, I guess you could say 2-11 now because we just played the Bengals, but still, we all know how they're doing.
Right. You know what?
Right. That's right.
2-11. Let's fix that.
We're gonna take that though, because clearly y'all see the record. But yeah, can we beat a good team? And I think to be a good team, you have to beat a good team. And it's time for us to finally beat a good team. We cannot shoot ourselves in the foot. We need to execute. We need to be more disciplined. Sean Payton, if the run is working, do not go away from the run. Vance Joseph, do everything you can to help your linebackers out because the teams will exploit them. D-line, please help the linebackers out because
I feel like, too, we need a quarterback spy for Jalen Hurts because, you know, he's lethal with his legs. You know, that's
exactly. Defenses has to our defensive rushers have to be disciplined. They have to stay in their rush lanes. They can't try to do too much, try to be the hero. Stay in your rush lanes, contain, and everything will be fine.
Who would you give that assignment to be that quarterback spy?
The quarterback spy? Oh, man. I'm not trusting the linebacker. We got to bring an extra nickel on the field.
That guy.
Hufanga? Man, we might need Hufanga to help out on Goddard. But, I mean, you can do that. You can drop Hufanga down and have him be a spy. I wouldn't mind that at all. You need somebody fast because Jalen Hurts will outrun Singleton and Strenard. Like, I'm not trusting them with that assignment. Man. I need a for sure tackler on Jalen Hurts because he'll make you miss.
It sounds like we do have our work cut out for us. I know Bo Nix had missed some throws last game as well, but he's still a second-year quarterback. I'm not too worried about that. I'm not going to sit here and nitpick every little mistake, you know, because he's human still, you know, and he's still learning the game of football.
They want that man to be perfect. Dude. I'll never understand it. They want him to be perfect. But
yeah, he the way he spread the ball around, 13 different players were involved in the offense, over 500 yards. You know, am I saying that that's going to be sustainable against Philadelphia? Probably not. But if we can find a way to spread the defense out and get our playmakers involved, the sky is riding high for us in this game. And I'll feel pretty good about that, about keeping the Eagles off the field, getting drives, starting fast, not starting slow. Man, this is going to be a good game, man. I'm pretty excited as a fan in general. Let's go, bro. I'm excited, bro. Broncos country. I don't know how you guys feel. If you guys can, drop your predictions, your score predictions in the comment section. And for this episode, we'd gladly appreciate it. Give us your bold takes. Give us some hot takes. And if you guys are right, we'll clip them or we'll read them on our next episode, you know. And
we'll give you a shout out.
We'll shout you out, give you a salute, and be like, you did that. That was all you.
We're going to give you your flowers.
Definitely give you your flowers. Oh man, I'm excited, like I said, bro. But any other closing statements, comments, anything, bro?
Nope, that's it. Broncos Country. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find us on YouTube at Buckham Pod. Subscribe to the channel. Find us on Twitter and on TikTok at Buckham Pod. But
Yes.
that's all for today. We appreciate y'all joining us for this episode. Remember, if it ain't about the Broncos,
Buckham.